Hi guys, it's Sophie. So today I wanted to do the 5-star predictions video. It's not really a tag, it was started by Mercedes and I'll link a channel down below. It's kind of just spread around the internet a little bit and I thought it sounded like a really fun idea. And basically the idea behind it is to choose 5 books that you think are going to be 5-star reads. And I find that I kind of do this in my head already. I have books that I'm like, yeah, I know this is going to be good. And I kind of try and spread them out between ones I'm not 100% on, or ones that I think could be really good but I'm not, like, I've heard mixed things. So yeah, I'm going to go through the 5 books that I think are going to get 5 stars from me. So the first one that I have is A First-Rate Madness. This one is by Nassir Ghaemi. This is a book that explores the mental illness of leaders and talks about their leadership styles in terms of different psychiatric conditions or mood disorders. This is really interesting for me personally because I think it's really interesting to look at how people can still excel while they have sort of disorders to do with their moods, and also just kind of talking about different personalities and kind of like analysing if they have mental illness or not is something that I know everyone that I've spoken to who has a mental illness kind of does with fictional characters and people sort of from the past or whatever, to try and find some identification with people who have the same disorder as them, because it's only fairly recently that mental health is something that you would like dare talk about. So this is just kind of interesting to me because I kind of do this in my head already and I just think it's going to be really good fun. It's a non-fiction, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one. And the next one I have is another non-fiction, and I'm mostly excited for this one because it was recommended to me by so many people on my essay collection video, and I trust you guys, you have good taste. So yeah, it was just kind of shouted about so much, and it is Joan Didion's Blue Nights. Now, I've never read any Joan Didion before, and I hadn't actually heard of her before I did that video on essay collections. But yeah, this is a collection of essays about losing her daughter in quite a young stage of her life still. She's not a child, but she's kind of known and grown up with her daughter and experienced her as a human and as a person. And it's about that loss and about what losing an adult child feels like. I've just heard really good things. It sounds really silly, but the way it's laid out, the narrowness of the text and the spacing really appeals to me as well, which normally bodes well because I feel like you get a tone of the book by the way that the pages appear, and it looks like the kind of thing I really like. Sounds a bit out there, but yes, I'm really excited for Blue Nights, and I've been wanting to pick it up and read it sort of as soon as I got it, but I'm saving it for when I'm having a little bit of a time when I feel a bit slumpy, and I think this one will bring me right out. And the next one I have is from short stories, and this is Trickery by Dahl. Now, I've really liked the Roald Dahls that I've read so far of his like new collections of short stories, not new stories but new collection. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to like settling down and having an afternoon with them, which is how I've done the other ones. And if it's not kind of 5 stars, I think it'll be 4 stars at least. Yeah, because I just really loved it. It says that there are a married couple whose parting gift rocks their marriage. A light-fingered hitchhiker and a motorist, and why the poacher keeps sleeping pills in his arsenal. And I think we know the last one. But yes, so I'm looking forward to reading this one, and just kind of, I don't know, Roald Dahl is just a really nice way to like lose an afternoon, so really looking forward to that one. And the next one I have is a little bit of like a spoiler because you guys haven't seen it before. But it's by a publishing house who really kindly sent me a number of books from my Around the World challenge. Now, this isn't from my Around the World challenge, this is one that's an addition to that I asked for because I just thought it sounded really good. They are called Perrier Press, and they sent me a number of books. You'll see more in my Around the World haul. This one is called The Murder of Halland, and this is a Danish crime thriller, but it's still literary fiction, so it's like a literary thriller, and I think that sounds really interesting. It's small town crime and like twisty turny kind of stuff, but the thing that really sold me is on their kind of, they do a reason why they publish each one. They say the book has all the right ingredients: a murder, a gun, an inspector and suspense, but the story strays far from the whodunit norm. In beautifully stark language, Paula Young manages to chart the phases of bereavement. So that sounds really interesting to me as a concept, is using like crime and a murder to explore bereavement, because it's normally such a I don't know, it feels like a distancing thing for me a lot of the time in like crime books and thrillers, and I really like the idea of like a kind of stark, very kind of small town murder with some literary elements thrown in. I think it sounds like fun, and it's just something a little bit different. I don't read an awful lot of crime at the moment, and yeah, I think I'm really going to enjoy this. And the next one I have is the last one, and it's one I was sent for review a while ago, and I don't really know where I haven't read it yet. I'm going to be reading it quite shortly. And this one is Strange Heart Beating by Goldstone. This is a retelling of an old fairy tale, which normally isn't the kind of thing that I gravitate toward, but the back of this book sounds like so up my street. I'm going to read it to you, and I know I've read it to you before, but it's just like the tone of it, I just think it sounds great. It says, she dies in the boating lake of a local park when one of the swans became alarmed at her proximity and attacked the boat, capsizing it and drowning the leader. It was a Wednesday afternoon and the weather was fine. The sky was blue and the water was blue, and cutting through it, like a shaft of divine light, was the neck of that beast, the swan. Like, the writing of that blurb, if the book itself is in a similar kind of vein, or if that's a quote, I will really like this book. It sounds silly, but things like the phrase, the sky was blue and the water was blue, like having the same descriptive word purely being blue, to kind of make the whole world seem as though there's no edges to it, and also that it's kind of, because of the repetition of such a simple phrase, it trips you up. You aren't expecting both to be the same. I really like those elements of that blurb, and mostly for that, and the beautiful, beautiful book, orange inside, swans, half folds, French flats. It's just, I just think I'm going to love it. So yeah, I'm going to be reading this one next month. I'm really looking forward to getting to this one, and finally being able to see what I actually think of it once I open it beyond just the blurb and the front pages, which is all I have dared to look at so far. So these are my five-star predictions. I've said I'm really looking forward to all of them, which I obviously am. But yeah, I think it's going to be fun to kind of see what I'm wrong, what I'm right about, what elements of these books I think I'm going to like, maybe don't play up to my expectations, what outdo them. And I think it's a really interesting video in general, is just what do you think of books before you read them. And I remember, I can't remember which book it was in, I'm sorry, I read too many, but it was talking about how the object of a book changes in its reading. So the object of a book unread contains different emotions, thoughts and feelings and expectations than a book read, and how a book as an object is something that is transformed by the act of consuming it. I can't remember who wrote that, I'm sorry, I'm not plagiarising it, they're not my thoughts, but I think they're wonderful and I think it's totally true. So I'm kind of interested to see how that pans out with these, and to see what I think of all of them. So yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Let me know down below in the comments if there's any books in there that sort of you think you're gonna love. Don't dampen my expectations on these ones, please. I want to go in and just be excited. But you can tell me sort of any other 5-star books that you like, expected 5-star books that you're looking forward to at the moment. I love recommendations of stuff. Maybe some more essay recommendations would be good. I've picked up a fair few collections recently, but I'm really looking forward to reading all of them. Yeah, I hope you're well, and I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye!